Interesting and slightly strange interview with AJ here. He's out in Dubai. IFL caught up with him and asked him about this potential step aside, allowing the Usyk Fury fight to go ahead. And at first he said, nobody would be stupid enough to approach me with that kind of question. And then a few moments later, he, in a roundabout way, said that he would entertain a step aside if the deal was right, if they offered him enough money. That's what I took from it. So contradicting himself there. Now, perhaps he just didn't quite understand the question at first and he thought they were going to ask him something else. And it took him a few moments to compute and realize actually what the interviewer was saying. Or then again, I don't know, maybe he was thinking out loud and changing his mind on the spot. But I did start to get these vibes from Eddie Hearn a few weeks ago that AJ would potentially entertain a step aside deal if it was enough money. So let's see what kind of money Usyk and Fury can come up with, or their representatives, to get AJ to step aside. You guys know I would prefer that to happen because my priority has always been the undisputed fight. Irrespective of who partakes in that undisputed fight, I want to see an undisputed champion. And so AJ taking this rematch of Usyk gets in the way. It prolongs that process of getting an undisputed heavyweight champion. So again, it's not about me hating AJ or anything like that. No, it's about me wanting there to be no doubt about who the man in the division is, and for that to happen as soon as possible. And therefore, AJ needs to step aside and allow Fury versus Usyk. And with Dillian Whyte caught up in arbitration with the WBC, that also paves the way for that to happen. So I'm very interested to see where this goes. And I did a video a while ago, a week or so ago, about this subject, asking the question, would AJ step aside? And the comment section was full of people saying, no way, that'll never happen. What a load of rubbish. I can't believe you're even entertaining this, Hatman. Okay, you're saying Hatman knows nothing. You're saying, Hatman, I can't believe you're entertaining this. Well, you go and watch this video and then come back and apologize. Because AJ clearly has a price based upon what he says here. It's just whether the other two teams can come up with that money, whether they're willing to pay that kind of money. Bear in mind, they're going to get paid an awful lot to fight AJ himself. Fury would still get a lot to fight AJ. Usyk would still get a lot to fight AJ. So it's not like they're picking between a huge mega box fight and a fight that's only worth 20% as much. No, both are big fights. In fact, with Fury AJ, that might be bigger than Fury Usyk. I'm not sure. In the UK, at least. Not sure about globally. So both big fights, but for legacy, surely Usyk and Fury would want to fight each other rather than either of them fighting AJ right now. A man who's coming off a loss, a man who seems a bit confused about what he's doing and where he's going, who he's going to have training him, what kind of style he needs to employ, his identity as a fighter, you know? And the reason I raise these things is because the fans are looking at AJ and asking these questions. You see it. The fans don't have as much confidence in AJ as they once did. Whereas Tyson Fury, they've got a lot of confidence in him. And Alexander Usyk, the way he dealt with AJ, you know, on the road again. How many times has Usyk beaten people in their backyard? I've lost count at this point. So people got a lot of confidence in Usyk too. Maybe not as much confidence as they have in Fury, because Usyk hasn't had that many fights at heavyweight so far. But still, the confidence he showed against AJ, tremendous. So yeah, this gives me some hope that we might actually see the undisputed fight sooner rather than later. You know me, guys, ever the optimist. The glass is half full. So I like to focus on what I would like to see rather than worst case scenarios. So yeah, you guys let me know what you think in the comments below. AJ now seemingly entertaining this step aside idea. Do you think it's a good thing for him to do? A bad thing for him to do? And what do you think the figure would be to get AJ to step aside? Because that's like getting paid twice. If he puts a step aside deal together whereby he gets to fight the winner, then, you know, he's getting paid what? 20 million for stepping aside? Is that how much he would get paid? That's how much Deontay Wilder wanted to allow Fury versus AJ. Would AJ ask for a similar figure or more? 20 million step aside, guaranteed shot at the winner. And obviously then they would have to work out the Dillian Whyte situation. because Dylan White would not be happy with the undisputed fight taking place and then AJ getting the first crack. Dylan White would want the first crack at whoever's undisputed. So, well, ideally for Dylan White, he gets a crack at Fury before he even gets to partake in an undisputed fight. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Anyway, before I go, I just want to say that there's a word going around, which ironically and perhaps deliberately is an anagram of moronic. Because if you still believe the narrative, you really are a moron. They're laughing at you. Anyway, until next time.